So it is basically a tradition now that there is complete and utter catastrophe during every BrickLink Designer Program sale, whether that be the launch week or the resale. And we've just received the restock of the BrickLink Series 6 sets. Those are the 5 sets that came out that are some of the best we've ever seen in the series. The Art Factory, the Outlaw Forest Den, Gold Mine Expedition, Sequoia Tree Trail, and the Off-Road Adventure. Now, with those sets being such sought after and jumping so much on the aftermarket right now, we knew this was going to be very hard for those of us who wanted to get one of these sets that we didn't previously get during the launch week or just wanted to add more to our collection. Now, with that being said, I've got an article here. I want to discuss everything that happened because it is too much for me to even explain just sitting here. A lot happened, and I want to go through the article, give you my thoughts, and I want to hear your thoughts as well on this in the comments. Everyone had different expectations, and some crazy things happened, so let's just get into it. So the latest BrickLink Designer Program re-release appears to have gotten off to a very unexpected start, with Series 6 sets becoming available for purchase hours before the officially advertised launch time. The BrickLink Designer Program Series 6 re-release was expected to go live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 17th, which would be about 1 p.m. Central. Fans had been preparing for that exact launch time, especially considering the limited nature of these sets. Now again, these are just sets that they have as overstock or sets that they produced more of that they sold on the launch week, so that if there was any issues when they shipped them out, if anyone didn't receive them, if there's any damaged stuff, they could send those out. Well, now that those have all been sent out and everything's been squared away, they're just getting rid of the overstock that they had, and that's what these are. We have no idea how many there were. It was just thrown up there, and everyone just tries to get what they can. Complete and utter chaos, to be honest with you. But several hours before the scheduled release, something really strange happened. At around 10 a.m. Eastern Time, that's nearly 4 hours before they were supposed to go live. Now, this is for the United States. There's also one in Australia and one in Europe. This was the United States launch. At around 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the live purchase links for the Series 6 sets suddenly became active. According to reports from LEGO fans and screenshots shared online, the links weren't simply displaying the upcoming products. People were apparently able to open the listings, add the sets to the LEGO carts, and in some cases, actually complete the purchases. The first reports began coming in around 10:02 a.m., with additional confirmations appearing within minutes because everyone started putting that on Discord, and then the screenshots just spread like wildfire, Instagram, all these different areas, and people just got on, flooded the site, and just started ordering them like it was literally 2 p.m. when they were supposed to launch. It says that meant fans who had happened to discover the links early potentially had a massive advantage over everyone waiting for the official launch. And this wasn't just a few minutes early. The sets appeared to have remained available for roughly 20 minutes. It was 16 minutes to be exact, I believe. And that with the links eventually being pulled around 10:19 or 10:20 a.m. During that short window, several fans reportedly managed to place orders. There's literally screenshots of people with it saying in process of the sets that they actually added to cart and purchased through their LEGO Insiders account. And that during that short window, some of the purchases included highly anticipated Series 6 sets like the Gold Mine Expedition, Sequoia Tree Trail, and the Outlaw Forest Den, which are the big sets. People literally had the Outlaw Forest Den 4 hours early. And that immediately creates one of the biggest questions surrounding this entire situation is, will LEGO actually honor those orders? Will they cancel them? Because they were just basically went live, and those people have them as an in-process in cart. Now, supposedly, you're not supposed to be allowed to order 2 of the sets on the restock, but I can confirm, I could even show screenshots that I did this a long while back when the camper set came out for like, what was that, Series 4, Series 5, and they sent me 2 of those sets. I didn't even want to, but somehow I accidentally added 2 to my cart and they came. So they do not remove them down to 1. Like that's just a myth. So whoever said that was wrong, or LEGO was just incorrect in sending them. But at the BrickLink location or wherever these sets are stored, somebody put 2 in my box and sent them to me. If that's the case and that they're not supposed to, they should have only put 1 in and canceled the order, but then you have more overstock. So it's like, my guess is they just do whatever and basically get way more orders than they should and just at random send out what they have and then cancel everyone else's orders when they run out of stock, to be honest with you. And if the orders went through successfully, some fans may have legitimately purchased their sets several hours before the official launch. But what happens to everyone who followed the advertised schedule? That's where the situation becomes especially frustrating. A fan could have planned their entire day around being available at the 2 p.m. Eastern Time window, only to discover that other people were already able to purchase the sets hours earlier. And with the BrickLink Designer Program, timing obviously matters. These aren't unlimited LEGO sets that can simply be purchased whenever you want. The BrickLink Designer Program operates around limited production runs, meaning that number of available sets can be extremely important. And if a portion of the inventory was purchased during the accidental early release, it raises questions about whether that purchase will affect the availability when the official launch arrived. So the situation could ultimately turn out to be nothing more than a technical mistake that LEGO quickly fixes. But when limited edition sets unexpectedly become purchasable hours before their advertised release, and fans are left wondering whether those purchases will even count, it's understandable why the LEGO community is very frustrated right now. But the thing about this is, that's the end of the article. But the thing about this is that the sets then, okay, that got shut down, so that they obviously got published early somehow. That got turned off. Okay. Then we're stuck waiting again until the 2 p.m. mark. So they were available for the 16 minutes, and a bunch of people got them. We are left wondering, okay, what's left? Did they sell out in that 16 minutes? Because we know that there's not going to be very many. We think maybe they make 15% more than what they sell, and there was 45,000 of Outlaw Forest Den, which would make it like $65,000 in total sets, leaving 15,000 left over. And how many of that 15,000 was sent out as giving to people that had problems with their orders? And it's just a whole like number game trying to figure out this out. We'll never know. We'll never be able to figure it out. The only thing we do know is how many sold during that first launch window. But again, we were left wondering how many are going to be left for that 2 p.m. window. 2 p.m. got here, but actually it was 11:55 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. It went live 11:55. So it went early again, 5 minutes early. People are throwing them in carts. People are literally securing all 5 of the sets. I think a couple of people literally got multiples of some of the sets. So again, early again. Are they doing that on purpose so that the site doesn't get broke because so many people are getting on? I don't know. But it lasted for many minutes. I think it lasted for about 10 minutes. I have the information here for what sold first. So Art Factory sold out first, surprisingly, but kind of not surprising because that one is the one that's jumped up the most on eBay. It's jumped up like $250 because I guess that the net is bigger for city fans to collect a city type modular building because it does work as a modular building. So maybe that's the case. It didn't sell the most though. Outlaw Forest Den sold the most. But the next set to sell out was the Off-Road Adventure, which was the cheapest set at like $80. So maybe that played into why that one sold second. And then we had Sequoia Tree Trail sell out, surprisingly, as third place, because that was the lowest sold set during that Series 6 first week launch. And then finally, Outlaw Forest Den sold out fourth, and the Goldmine Expedition sold out lastly, which kind of makes sense for that because it was the most expensive. So these kind of make sense as to why they sold out in the way that they did. We were all thinking Outlaw Forest Den would sell out very quickly. But again, I'm trying to tell people, like, no, Outlaw Forest Den should, in theory, have the most overstock than any of the other sets because 45,000 sets they sold of Outlaw Forest Den compared to 19,000 sets of the next highest set. Well, you need a lot more for the 45,000 for overstock than you do for the 19,000. It just makes sense. You have 45,000 chances of a problem occurring over the 19,000 chances of a problem occurring. So that's why you have to make more of the Outlaw Forest Den, and there probably was a lot of overstock. So, I mean, I was seeing a lot of people successfully getting Outlaw Forest Den and a bunch of these sets that they were after. I really didn't see a lot of problems. The question is, will they honor the sell? Will they honor the people who added them to the cart and it says in process right now? Really, honestly, until it says in warehouse, it's a possibility that the set gets canceled. So until it says in warehouse, we're all up for a canceled order. So let me know what happened with you. Were you able to get one of the sets that you were after? How did you see it all play out? But yeah, another chaotic BrickLink Designer Program Series. I love the BrickLink Designer Program Series. I think it's one of the best things that's happened to LEGO in a long time. It's really fun. Obviously, situations like this are a bit frustrating and problematic for many people. But again, I think it's some of the coolest sets we've ever received. It's like a glorified ideas program. We get pirates, Western, castle themed sets. And I know people have a problem with getting castle themed sets in that. And I think it takes away from the official LEGO making castle themed sets because they think that we're already being funded those sets, but at least we are getting the castle themed sets. So, I mean, again, I really like it, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm going to get on out of here, so I will see you in the next video.